Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back. We are continuing with this whole project. Okay, so what do I got going on here? Here's what I got going on here. I think what I'm gonna do is strip out this section, this window section. We're gonna repurpose it for another location. I have also swapped out the wireframe walls for solid walls, and this is actually starting to look a little bit more interesting. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna set up a new scene. We could call it observation duty. Okay, I think we can take, there's a node here that contains, is that it? No. Contains this balcony area. There we go. Monitoring room. Save that here. Just gonna move that a little bit closer. And we're also going to, actually I'm gonna keep it there for a sec because I need to copy a bunch of other stuff. Let's copy these three walls. Okay, right here. Yes. So that lines up. That's good. We're going to call it observation. We're going to store it into scenes. No, locations. 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 Objects. Locations. Okay. Cool. Next, I am going to realistically, I do like this whole thing, but I don't like it being here. And I think that this location should just be like out in the open. Okay, so I'm going to see about maybe take all of this stuff. Well, hello there. How are you doing? Zoltan gets the cookie, his first on the stream today. Boop, boop. Okay. I need to select, like, everything. Alright, I'm gonna start cutting things out. Actually, let me, cut this ceiling out, and we're gonna create a new scene. Paste it in here for now. We'll worry about it after. And then I need to select everything from here. We're gonna copy it and then paste it in here. There we go. We're gonna ignore that for the time being. This can go away. Actually, no, we're gonna keep it because we're probably gonna need to use it. And now this, we're actually gonna strip out a good number of these components so they don't repeat. The wall layout, all that jazz. Oh, stay. I think I need to create a circular ground alternative choice here. Okay. So, we'll keep this. And we don't need anything else here. There we go. We'll sort out what to do here afterwards. So, we're back here. What is the idea here? Well, I'm just gonna get rid of these grounds for now. We're gonna use the flat grounds for the time being. Next stream on Unreal. What? Oh, did I? I think I forgot to change the name of the title. The name of the title. The title of the stream. Oh well. Whatever it's named now. It's too late. Bunker floor. I think we'll just start with a regular one. Okay, can I? There's no such thing as Control A, apparently. Can't select everything. Man. Evening, governors. Does anybody else have sniffles? Seems like there's something's going around. Between me and some of my students, which, you know, FYI, internet over the internet classes, so something's out there, something's going around. It's annoying as shit. Don't you think we've been getting sick a little too often? I don't remember being sick this often when I was a kid. Like, something is just up at this point. And then I'm watching the YouTube channel, My Self Reliance, and the dude's talking about just, you know, switching his diet and growing his own food and being on a new regiment and then just feeling like 100%. And I'm like, man, this sucks. I need to hurry the fuck up and publish my games, get my monies, and get that off grid. Get that off grid property. This thing's driving me nuts. Okay. So the idea I have here is it's kind of like a warehouse type deal, but this is not going to be closed space because it's the first location that the player visits. Because it's the coordinates to this location are just given to the player for free. So we're not gonna have the player encompass themselves into like this nothing place. You need to model some guard something props. Part of your message is obscured by the heart icon in the OBS plugin. Haven't gotten a cold flu. Well, that's nice. Did you like stockpile the food from the 80s and just like living off of the rations? You know, before all this shit started getting poisoned? Smart move. Something interesting I discovered. You know that flour, if you buy flour pre-ground, it has a shelf life of 6 months. But if you buy wheat berries, which is what flour is pre-ground, right? The seeds, the wheat seeds. That shit lasts you for like up to 10 years. As long as you store it in a dry place. Like, that blows my mind. Okay. So, what do we got here? I'm gonna save this. This is a repair bay. So it's called repair bay. Locations, repair bay. Okay, which means we're gonna change this back to repair bay. Okay. I'm gonna start by modeling a long ceiling lamp. Okay, I'm just gonna export this to see how this fits. Engine, models, props. This is bunker generic. Selections only. There we go. Cook your own food generally, don't eat out. Take courses of vitamins. Well, that's, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so. Did you see the metal desk? I did. I actually placed it in one of the locations. Um, ceiling lamp long. So this is objects, props, bunker, generic. Okay. Well, now control A doesn't work. Instance. Mesh instance. Let's quick load. Ceiling lamp long. Okay. Just want to see the dimensions of this thing. Yeah. Considering that we're going to... What are we going to do to it? Considering that we're going to make it smaller as we model it, that seems pretty damn good. Okay, now. I'm just going to place it here for now. Save it. And let's get back to the level. Probably going to be using the metal desks in here. Let's pop open to a new empty location. Random locations. Repair bay. Okay, cool. I'm going to place the ground here afterwards. And repair bay, go in here. Repair bay, and let's get our TP destination. Repair bay. Okay. I really need to dial off the whatchamacallit, the volumetric fog. It really needs to be more subtle. Like exceptionally more subtle. Okay. There's the repair bay. So this is what it looks like. And that's the lamp. A little big. Could have sworn I already made this model. Let's see about mirroring. You know what? Come to think of it, when I saw the metal desk, this was, I think, before Antoine had a little whoopsie with the repository and ended up losing some stuff. So maybe he's talking about the metal desk that he's done something since. I'm gonna have to double check that. Rotation. Okay. He made it more metal. I goddamn hope so. They don't call it a sort of metal desk. Whoop. That is not what I thought that was. We can do 70, so it's not a perfect angle. And then we can shear. Which I always forget what the shortcut for shearing is. And that doesn't seem... Actually, whatever, I'll just rotate it. Okay. Even you think you modeled this type line. Well, did you? I'm pretty sure I've seen something. I can't remember. Hmm. That'll do. Let's save this. Assets, models, props, bunker, generic. Ceiling lamp long. And then we need to place some cables. Which, you know what, might actually be better if it was chains. Which I know we do have chains. We do have a chain texture that we can use for this. We've done another ceiling light. Yeah, chains is definitely better. Okay, open... No, not external program. File manager. There we go. Okay, so... we know where it is. Let's get us... Oh. Image texture. Chains. Chain. Okay. That's good. And... okay. Kind of wish I could center something. Can I normalize it? Or pack it? Packity pack. Packity pack. Pack islands. Okay. Mm-hmm. Can I... really? Can't bring the last panel for this one. Interesting. Okay. So, first of all, don't rotate. Second of all, screw it. I'll just do it by hand. Yeah. There we go. Use up all the available space. Nice. I believe we'll be able to make it face the camera from within the shader. We'll have to see. It's either that or just make a dual one. And I think if I make a dual one, it's like, it's okay. It'll sell the point. Yeah, we'll see. For now, we don't need to texture the rest. We do, however, maybe need to get some sort of a cable. let's make sure that if we're doing proportional editing, it only does connected objects. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. That looks good. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. I think if I join them... No, if I join them, they get treated as one mesh. So I gotta keep them separate. I think the lights could be part of the body. Ooh. There we go. And then this part of the body. Nice. All right. Ceiling lamp long. Export. There we go. And then we can just adjust how tall it is. That's fine. That is not what I need. I need the scene. Hey, Antoine, what's on your to model plan right now? What's on the chopping block? Oh, hold on. What if I do this? Nope. Okay, that's not good. That's not good because it's using the center point of the center mesh instead of its own center point, which it doesn't have a center point. Okay, you know what? This is actually a great place where GLTF export might actually be better. Prop bunker generic get out export. There we go. Because then ceiling lamp long obj is not required, but ceiling lamp long GLTF is. Now why isn't it exporting it? Assets. Whoops. No wonder there's nothing there. Engine, models, props, bunker generic. Okay, nothing really. Okay, can you see about putting together some sort of ceiling hanging cables? Like electrical boxes that are suspended on the ceiling and there's just cables hanging from one to another. So we can create a slightly busier scene. Otherwise, you look up in the ceiling and it's like just blank, giant, empty void. Chain. Okay, so let me see if I can apply the chain material on these. Well, if I rotate it, I think it might work. Let's see. Yeah. Rotation. Scale is okay. I think I'll just apply scale and everything. Democratize pipe to populate the ceiling. Uh-huh. I haven't actually looked up in the ceiling. Is that so? Did you do it before or after you showed me the storage location? There we go. That's much more like it. We know, you know how we have the wall electrical cables somewhere. I think right here. We have these wall electrical cables, right? Did you ever ended up texturing these by any chance? Because right now they're blank. Yeah, so something like this, but something that can be connected, you know, over the ceiling. Maybe have some ceramic insulators that use as conduits. The texture and the assets. Okay. Let me double check that. Where is it? There we go. Okay. So, what's it called? Oh. Dorm wires. Or just wires. Bunker wires. Hey. There we go. Nice. Fantastic. Yeah, it is textured. Okay, so the only thing is that we need to use the scenes instead of just OBJs. Or... So we... Does it really make sense to turn these into OBJs? Into scenes, TSCN files? Because if we don't turn them into scenes, they're just little meshes, but we have to, you know, texture them this way every time. If we do populate them, as scenes, we don't have to do that, but it's scenes, right? It's like a whole separate thing. So yeah, anyways, think of these wires, but they're like connecting on the ceiling, something like that. Save them as instance mesh scene, which is just a scene. Except, you know, if I do this, if I do it this way, I'm gonna have to like reposition them, so it's not gonna be enough. Let's see. Okay, so dorm wall wires. There we go. Well, thankfully, we have a solution to making this quickly. As a matter of fact, there was actually a modification that Dimitar has suggested, and the modification is to specify the location where we can save the files instead of it placing them into the same location as OBJs. Because, you know, they get created in the OBJ folder, but then we have to move everything, and then everything has to be rescanned. So I think it's better if we specify a destination, output destination for this. So that was a good suggestion. Maybe we can take care of that. Let's see. It doesn't have to have collisions. It just needs to have a mesh instance. Okay. Okay. What do I need? I need to be able to specify the destination. Okay. Now, is that something that we can specify here? I don't actually know. File dialog? File dialog. Directory? Okay. Let me try this. Let me take a look at how to do this. So, dot plugin folder location. Add plugin. No. Folder select. Browse files with using a plugin editor plugin. Let's use a file dialog node. Dialogs must be child of a specific node called base control. File dialog. Okay. But I don't think it's... Uh-huh. Interesting. I don't know how that's gonna look though. Let me double check this. Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, it didn't crop out, but it gave me a pop-up outside of the screen. So, and then it kind of sits there, expects to be interacted with. Okay, so I think we need to have a button. Need to have a button. And this button is going to be, ooh, easy. Right here. Okay. Maybe we can do a HBox container. You know what? No. I want to make it simple, but I want to make it intuitive. So what if we do like this? Okay, let's do HBox container. Yes. Move that over here. We're going to put a line edit. There we go. And I'm going to do a button on the line edit. And the button is going to display an icon, but the question is, do we have access to the default icons from here? Probably not. Okay, so line edit's going to take up... I guess that's what lazy people do. They just do 3 dots. And then line edit is going to occupy all the available space. Expand. There we go. Okay. And then res colon // That's going to be the export location. Now, when we click on the button, we're going to need to have a new dialog appear. So edit folder location. I don't know if this is really even necessary, but let's see. Let's do button up. Okay, file dialog. Would be nice if there was a folder dialog. Let me take a look at this actually. File dialog. What do we have here? Open folder. File mode, open folder. Root subfolder. Show hidden files. Use native dialog. Huh. Okay. So I guess we might be able to just keep it here. And let's see if we can just make it appear. Show. Okay, so we go here. Well, the dialog did appear, but it's like in the top left corner. Does this have to be a part of a separate viewport or a part of separate canvas layer? Might just have to be. Let's see here. Boop, boop. Nope. Okay. Time to take a look at the dialog box. What do we got here? Mode override title. File dialog is a preset dialog that used to choose files and directories in the file system. It supports file masking. File dialog automatically sets its window title according to the file mode. Okay. But what about... Interesting. Maybe we have to do something else. Like create it in code and add it. Because it pops up on the top left corner of my other screens. Using editor plugin. Base control. Get editor interface. Get base control. And then the child is added this way. Okay, so I suppose we can try this. More stuff coming. Yes. I'm just working on getting the file dialog to appear properly. Mode, access file system, file, open directory. Access resources. We're gonna cancel that. Connect, don't need the signal. Okay. Get editor interface, not found on base self. Okay, that is probably editor plugin. Editor plugin. Panel container. Editor interface. Which is just a constant, which we can use here. Alrighty. Let's double check what's happening here. Pop, pop. And I don't see nothing. Interesting. It's not this. Should probably get rid of that. Button. Interesting. Anything else I'm missing? A child. Get base control. This is done on the enter tree. Pop-up center ratio. What the heck? File dialog. This is in file dialog itself. File dialog is a child of confirmation dialog. which is itself a child of accept dialog, which is itself a child of window. Okay, so there's a center something. Move to center. Pop-up centered. Beautiful. Okay, so I think that's what we need. It's kind of the first time working with dialogues. Okay, so yes. Okay, so let's see. I think when you create a new dialogue, it's just invisible by default. Hey! Oh. What does the populate ID mask do? That is the that's the feature when you have a box and it has 20 materials on it. You press a button and it populates all those material slots with multicolored shaders, so you can tell by color which one is which. Okay, that's cool. I don't want it to be full screen though. So let's go to Window, Mode, Mode. What is mode? Sets window current mode, full screen mode, not exclusive full screen. This method only works with native windows. Main window and window derived nodes. Okay, mode, but what are the options? I guess we'll find out. Oh. Well, that is the mode. Can we get the size? Let's try this. Yeah, so it still technically does it. If you create a scene, you can select to generate multicolored and populate them into the scene. But I also realized that what if I have, let's say, like an object I've already made, and it has a mesh in it, and it's got multiple materials. I wouldn't be able to do this. I don't need a new scene. I just need to populate the materials into the existing one. So it's the same thing. It just works on a pre-existing objects. Okay, so that does not look like 640 by 480. Let's go back here. Accept dialog. Window. Okay, so it's not mode. We have size, vector to integer. We have pop-up window. If true, window would be considered a pop-up. Pop-ups are sub-windows that don't show separate windows in the system's window manager. Pop-up window. Okay, that's cool and all, but I don't need this to be maximized. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. I could set the max size, probably. Is maximize allowed? Mode maximized. Oh, well, there you go. Mode windowed. That's what I need. Oh, you know what? This mode doesn't represent what type of access we're accessing, but the constant for mode open directory is probably like 0, 1, 2, or 3. So it says, okay, I guess we'll just use that constant. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Cool. Save this. There we go. That is what we would like to do. I am gonna keep the size. Nice. Beautiful. And well, we don't want files, we want directory access. So we're gonna go back to the documentation for file dialog and then see about directory access. Filter, access. The file system access scope. Currently in sandbox environment such as web builds, file dialog can access the host file system. Gotcha. Not a big deal. See access constraints. Aha. That is cool. Very interesting. You can use this for like mod making. Have the player specify a mod file to have it be loaded up. But that's not what I need. File mode. Dialog open save mode, which affects the selection behavior. See file mode. Open the files, open directory. There we go. Okay, so file mode is what we're looking for. All right. Yes, except it's a constant. Cool. There we go. And then we should be able to select current folder. Now, if I go objects and select current folder, but then I do this again, it goes back to the root folder. Okay. So you know what? That is fine. I do like when a file dialog remembers the location. So we're going to make it remember the location. We're also going to make it display the location in this little text field. So what are we going to do? We need to connect a signal. Which signal? Which signals do you have? Directory selected. And it gives us a directory string. So that is fantastic. Phantasmagoria. Go callable. Let's do func set. What is it? Obj to tscn folder set. That's going to be the name of the method, which is going to be executed. And I think that's all that we need to do. Now, line edit. So obj to tscn folder. Output folder. Text equals new location. I think I got 2 underscores here. All right, so we go objects, and it fails. Invalid set index text. Null instance. Null instance. Right, we're not supposed to access it this... Yeah, we are. What the heck? I've been doing this all along. You look. Okay, let's try this. Invalid set index text from base null instance with value of type string. You know what? Yes. The script can be updated in real time, but for the nodes, I have to close and reopen the scene. Okay. Hey, nice. Look at that. Now, I can actually use this as the starter location. So I can go file dialog, current directory equals, take this, dot text. Okay, so that's saved up. Nice. Objects. So if I go to props, select the current folder, it's in props. Select it, it's in props. Beautiful. All right. That should be good. Okay. I feel like I need to move the options above the button. Yes. Override, collision. Mm-hmm. And now Antoine has mentioned that for something that's just a decorative prop that doesn't need collisions, having the scene be made as just like a mesh instance would be suitable. So having an option here, that makes the mesh instance as the top of the scene, I think might be nice. Additionally, we could also have it specify a folder or a file of a material, and then instead of generating gray or multicolored, it would just use that material. We can add presets. I don't think we've established enough to really need a preset. I think it's just more of a scene structure type thing. Let's see. Let me get a label in here. Right now, what presets do we have? Quote unquote. We have a non-collidable decorative element, which is just a mesh instance with a material on it. Just a mesh instance with a material. We have a collidable object, which is static body, collision shape material, or mesh, and a material on it. So when I uncheck collision, it just doesn't create the collision shape. And it uses a spatial node as the topmost node. I don't think that having a spatial node is that much of a performance hog. From what I've remembered when we were talking like way back when I was working in Leadworks, having these like points in space which nest inside of them a mesh or 3D object, which kind of like creates its own transform matrix, doesn't have a performance implication. It's just like an extra point. But maybe that's not the case in Godot engine. So, you know, it's a type of thing. So, I don't have any other components. So, if it's a simple thing, I guess we can change collision to a preset. And then in that preset, we can choose, is it mesh instance root, is it static body root, or is it a spatial Node 3D root? That might actually be better. All right. Fair enough. Before we do that, though, let me make sure that when we save, it saves it to the location of this this folder location here. Let's see. Resource saver, new scene. New scene. The location of the new scene. Uh-huh. So, I guess we should probably give it a name. Actually, no. If we give it a name, then it doesn't really know what name. If we select multiple objects, it won't know what name to use. So we should probably have it keep the name, but we take the file, we split it, split the path using the /, and then use only the last item. Then in that last item, we will replace the .obj to .tscn, and then var directory is going to be borrowed from here. Okay. Cool. So that should technically save it. Now, let's take a look at that collision thing that we got going on here. Generate collision. This is the thing. Let's add a options button. Is that it? Yeah, that's what we use. And we're going to call it preset. Okay, let's add 3 items here. So, static plus collision. Node 3D. And then the last is mesh instance 3D. This is what we choose. And then the first value is going to be the first one, static plus collision. Cool. All right. How do we now modify this? Here, we create a packed scene, and then root static becomes a child. And then root static is not referred to until what? Model set owner, root static. Let's keep the model stuff right next. Right here. It's got to be done after we add child. Okay. And then root static, generate triplanar collision. Root static is not addressed until after. Okay. So, And this is where we save the scene. Okay, so extract what type of preset to use. So we're not going to be checking for the button. Let's get the preset here. Get something. Doesn't want to show me the properties. Let's do, there's a selected, get selected, selectable, get item text. So get selected ID, and then use get selected ID to get item text. So get item text, and then inside get selected ID is what we use to get the text of a selected item. That gives us a preset. Okay. Root static is declared. And then if, I guess we'll do a match statement. If, what do we got? Static plus collision is the chosen option. Then the root static becomes static body. And then if it is node 3D, this becomes it. Okay. Next, collision shape does not matter. There we go. So only if preset is static plus collision should it be creating a collision shape. Now, one final thing. So this is the name. In case it is static or this one, or node 3D. If it's the case of mesh instance 3D, it has to assign that name here, which it does not. Okay, it just calls it mesh instance. Okay, let's do this. So if the preset is mesh instance 3D, then the model name, let's see, we don't use it anywhere, does not seem like it. Okay. Just gonna look it up this way. No, we do not. Then model name is going to be set to the name of the file, just like what we are doing here. Now, the important thing is that technically, if we choose to have the mesh instance be the root static, then we have to say the root static is the mesh instance node. And then otherwise, the root static will receive the mesh instance. And then we have to set the owner. Sets owner, so the node will physically appear. Do this after add child. Alrighty, so now, as far as our code is concerned, we don't need to set the owner here. We need to set the owner only here. Or yes. So if it's mesh instance, do not set the owner. The mesh instance itself is the owner. And then otherwise, we add it as a child and then set the owner that way. Okay. Cool. So as far as we're concerned, if we've chosen mesh instance to be the topmost root, then from this point on, root static is that node. So here's the collision shape. We ignore that. New scene becomes this scene. And I think that's it. Okay, just for good measure. All right, so let's go over here. Far from level design. Well, excuse me for, working on plugins that make our cumulative life a little bit easier. I can stop, always glad to just go back to modeling. Objects. Right, let's make a utility folder called test. All right, so let's try this. So we're gonna choose mesh instance, and it crashes. Invalid set name on base nil with value type string. Line 41. Why is it nil? Because it was not created. So that's why we have to place it here after both of these. All right, that is an acceptable compromise. One converted, okay, so there now should be an objects folder, utility, and now it's a mesh instance. Cool. All right. Anton's voice, so misleading title, unacceptable. Go. You can go ahead and buy my game on Steam for the explicit purpose of downvoting it and then writing a bad review. Your cables are coming. Nice. Okay, so it works. Let me double check if the other tool still works. So if we select static plus collision, do that. Test. Test. Why does it say test? Oh, I forgot the /. Right, I forgot the / in the file path name. Whoopsie. Okay, where do we have it? Where is the directory? Here's the directory. So plus. Okay, there we go. That ought to do it. Let's go back here. So wire spool. And then, there we go. Yes. And then test. Nice. Wire spool. So there we go. This one now has collisions, triplanar collisions, and the mesh. That's good. I ordered some Wi-Fi antennas for the ESP32 microcontroller off of Amazon, and those bastards haven't shipped it. It's been on pre-shipping stage for the past week, and I'm like, what are we paying Prime for? God damn. I wanted to experiment with a little bit of gyroscope sensor. See if there's any sort of modicum of putting together some sort of a DIY mocap suit system. Because with Rococo being the cheapest solution out there, it's still $5,000. So I don't care how cheap the solution is. It's still $5,000. And like gyroscope sensors are what, like $5 for 3. So I wanted to play around with it, see if I can make something work, make something happen. Okay, so that works. That works. Now, we have the wires, we have everything. What else should we do? If we have a material, should we allow it to just specify what the material should be? Mocap equipment will make life so much easier. To be honest, I am not against hand animation. I think, like, from my experience with hand animating stuff, it's pretty fun. You can make it look believable. You just have to have a sense of motion. And I think just generally doing like human animations would be fun. But I also think that doing mocap would be fun. I want to experiment with that technology, but you know, I ain't unfortunately a big titty cam lady who can afford. I'm talking about a very specific VTuber, by the way, who can afford a mocap suit just for the sake of streaming and sitting. You know, maybe I should start posting feet pics. Maybe that's gonna get some attention. Although actually, knowing my feet, I think I'm just gonna lose subscribers. uh, maybe I should open an OnlyFans. Call it Only Stans. Okay, so we have an output. We have an output. Should we give it a material selection? Let's see. Label. Material. Line edit. And then button. Made with his broidery machine. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see. Expand horizontally. So in this case, I could technically say we have none, we have gray, we have multicolor, and then we have select. Okay. And then if we select a material, it'll use that material. Okay, that technically should be fairly straightforward. Okay. Now, if that's the case, we're going to do material selector. We're going to hide it. And then I'm going to get a signal. Item selected. Okay. We're going to get item text. And then the index will be provided here. And then let's do a match statement. So if the item text is that is not the right selector. If it is select, then the material selector show is going to be executed. Now, can we do a default? Does a match statement have a default in Godot? Match. Yes. Underscore colon. Okay. So in that case, we're going to hide. UPS maintenance. Okay. Sounds good. See you later. Cool. We got about 10 minutes, I think, here. Okay, so that works. Let me at least see if that will hide and unhide it. So, select, and then anything else will be hidden. Nice. Cool. All right, so obj to tscn, tscn, material selector. All right, get the button up. We are going to quite literally just copy this. Okay, except yeah, I think we should store it in here as well. Material directory. Which by default is just res. Yes. Okay. And then we're gonna get a signal here. No, not a signal. We have to establish this. Obj to tscn. Need a folder function for it. tscn material set material path. We're gonna populate it here. Okay. Now we do have to change what type. This is file open mode file, and then we also need to set the filters. Okay, now how do we do the filters? It's probably going to be like a separate object, a filter object. Packed string array. Nope, very simple. Okay, so can I just do this? Dot tres. Except more than one thing is a tres file, so okay. Fair enough. And then this is connected right here. And that should be it. Okay. So boop boop. Okay, so we select the material is chosen. What is the material actually? We should be able to just use the text from here. Oh yeah, we haven't actually programmed it to do so. Whoops. Let's go back up here. Slot texture belongs to generate standard material pressed. Don't need that. We need it right here. Surface material count. Okay, so let's match it. Apply material. So if it is select, get item ID. I think that's what we have to use. Get item ID or index. Okay, now what's the difference? I think we need to use index because ID is right here. So far, ID corresponds to index, but I suppose they made it so that if you add additional elements and rearrange them, they don't screw up the code. So maybe I should just keep using ID. That should be fine. So if the text of the item that we've chosen is select, it will do one thing. Otherwise, underscore colon, it will do one of these other things. There we go. Get item text selected. I guess that's what we have been using here. Let's do mat preset. And then we're just gonna pull that up. Get the material preset as text. Match it. If it's select, do one thing. If it's not, literally anything else, do this. Okay. So if it is select, we have to go to material directory, get the text. We need to load the resource located there, and then we set the material to that material. Extra brackets. Identifier X. There's no X. Right. We need to loop through the material slots. There we go. Which the funny thing is, we already have it matched here. And we already do all sorts of stuff, so I might as well just do this and get rid of this additional nonsense. Cool. All right, I think that should do it. It didn't. Oh, yeah, I guess now we have to test it. Let me just double check. Reload this. All right, so we have dorm wire. There is a material. It is bunker wire. So I should be able to just copy path here, and if I wanted to just paste it in, let's say I'm going to do select. Let me just select it manually first. So locations, bunker, bunker wire. It's not supposed to be in locations. Move it after. Materials. Locations. Although for materials that might make sense. Bunker. Oh. Hello? T-res. All files. Well, it is a T-res. I don't know why I didn't select it. Oh, parse error, identifier X not found in the current scope. Line 66. We didn't even press anything. Let's try that again. I don't think it actually populated the path. Okay, let me get rid of the filter for now. Let's go material. Materials. Locations. Bunker. Bunker wire. Wait, why is it still running directory selected? Oh yeah, that's the signal. This is the function. That is weird. I'm pretty sure it works because it doesn't complain about it. Object to scene mat. Directory text. Is that actually just a string? I would assume that that's a string. So if we get the signal, directory select. Oh, it's not supposed to be a directory selected. It's supposed to be file selected. That's why the signal doesn't pass. File selected. Okay. Let's try that again. Materials, bunker. No. Locations, bunker wires. Yes, there we go. Now that's populated. Okay, so now if I select dorm wall wires, let's select just one. And let's have it just export to the test folder. So go objects, utility test. All right. Oh, invalid call function get item ID on base option button expected one argument. That's 63. Get item ID. Oh, get item ID requires us to select. Oh, you know what? Screw it. Selected. Or I guess, no, you know what? If we want it to be right, we base it on the ID and we give it the selected. So this is so awkward. First we get which option is selected, which is the number of the item. Then using that number, we get the ID of the item, and then using that ID, maybe it doesn't need the ID. Get item text. Maybe it just needs the number of the item, not the ID. Let's double check this. So get item index. Get item index. No, get item text. And it wants IDX, returns the text of an item at index IDX. So index IDX, I believe, is this. 0, 1, 2, 3. And if I move this around, this is still 3, this is still 2. So the IDX isn't this is ID. The IDX would be the order of the item in the array. That's the one thing that kept catching me before. So let's go back here. Get item text, selected. All right, let's try that again. Okay, one converted. Let's go to test. Hey, look at that. Material already populated. And collision shape is already populated. So let's close this. Let's try that again. Okay, so now we're going to do still selected, but now we're going to do node 3D. No file selected. Makes sense because I didn't select anything. One converted. Okay, so now it's just node 3D and a mesh instance. Beautiful. All right. Get rid of this, although we can always overwrite. Select. Mesh instance 3D. And there we go. No collision, no static body, no spatial nodes. So, yay. Look at that. That is good. Okay. Now, I believe there was one more suggestion. I believe there was one more suggestion, and it is to specify the export location of the material. And this is... Okay. Interesting. Okay, well that shouldn't be too difficult. We've already done this before. Enter new material name. We'll already have to provide that. I suppose since we're on the last, like, what, 25-ish minutes, might be able to squeeze it in. H box container. Let's add a label. Let's add a line edit. Let's add a button. the label is output, and then the line edit is going to occupy all the space. Okay, we're going to do directory : // oh no, res : // there we go. Okay, cool. Hello. Good day. Good day to you too. I'm having the entire conversation for us. You can just take a seat. Right, line edit. So what is this? Gen material folder select gen material folder path, and then the rest is fine. All right, so let's get a button up. This one's a lot more like this, the first one. So I'm gonna copy it. And yes, I could make a single function that returns the data, but I'm feeling lazy. So let's just do this. Path is going to be borrowed from here. And then func generate material folder path set. Use that path. Okay, and then all I gotta do now is locate the place where we actually generate the material. Which is generate standard material. There we go. And then the location right here. Now, shall we just replace the system, or shall we have it be a choice? Save to the location, same location as the textures, or choose a custom location? Okay, I'm just gonna Control-Shift-D, comment that out, so just in case. Custom, like just custom entirely. So no need to select, no need to have the option of save it in the same place as textures. I suppose it makes sense. I don't know if I found it convenient because it saves you a couple of clicks and saves you having to wait for Godot to rescan the entire file system and be like, let's just fix all the paths with this file that doesn't exist. But on the other hand, you still have to move it. Keeping it in the same folder as textures is probably not... we do need to use 4 folders, so yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so we are going to take this directory, add a / at the end, and use the text. And that's going to save the path. Alrighty, I think that should do it. Boop, boop. Okay. Now that looks like an awkward placement. Let's place it right there. Okay. That's the destination, that's the name, and then this is where we generate. Right? Maybe the name should be first, and then the destination. Yeah, Sure. Name here, destination here, generate mat. So I guess now we can give it a test. So let's say materials. Let's do a test folder. Select. Oh, but it populated it there because I forgot to change which signal it needs to run. There we go. Let's try that again. Materials, test. There we go. And then I need to actually select the material files here. Wire spool. Sure. Now AO is just, oh, okay, it's a separate material. Albedo, normal, ORM. This could work, except everything is capitalized. Normal, and it's lower cases here, so let's not use that one. Where's my radio? There we go. These are abbreviated, so I guess we'll just use the abbreviated names. All right. Test. Radio test. Okay. Okay, it's not here, which it shouldn't be. Radio test. There we go. All right, that works. So that is it. What do we do here? We have the ability to set the output folder manually. And then we have the ability to either create static plus collision, node 3D, or mesh instance 3D as a base, as the root of the scene. And then we can also say, do we create the scene using no material, gray material, multicolor material, or do we select a custom material? So this is where I finally get to return to what I was doing and take a look at the wires. All right, so we have dorm wires right here. They were all textured from the same exact material. So we're gonna choose select. We're gonna select which material, which we know Antoine told us it's in materials, locations, bunker wire T-res. And the output folder is going to be, preferably not in materials, objects, props. This is bunker generic. And then we're going to do wall wires. Select folder. All right, here goes nothing. Oh yeah, we need to just mesh instance 3D. And then objects to scenes, 7 converted. And, okay. Materials there. Materials there. Beautiful. Nice. Making our life easier. Holy crapoly. Nice. Cool. So that's it. I'm gonna push this to GitHub. Victory. Oh, so good. Let me get Dreadtail Escape. Okay. Added. What are we at? Add path setting for plugin. And push to origin. Oh, I need to fetch some shit. Well, let's hope whatever I'm fetching isn't going to destroy what I'm trying to push. I'm going to push this repo. I'm going to try to push a fat shit. Come on. Wire in 5 minutes. Ah, the ceiling wires. Got it. There we go. Even a Steven says a victory. While a Dimitar goes a kalapa kalapa kalapa. So good. Oh, okay. Apparently I fetched some major things. Alright, perfect. So, here's what we do with the needle and thread, as Tim would like to say. Oh, idiot. Okay. So that's the lamp. I think I need to, let's see. We just have one material here. Alright, fair enough. Boop. Look at that. One single button press to populate the gray mask. The template texture. Nice. Maybe that's what I should do. I should have another button that goes through all the selected objects and it just populates the gray material over every selected object. Or we could do like the ID mask over the multiple selected objects. Oh, I should do that actually. Have the populate the ID mask, check if you're selecting one file or multiples. And if you select multiple files, it just it applies multiple materials, differently colored materials for each one. Or just have the option to select if it's multi-material or the same material. I think that should be fine. Cool. All right. Anyways. Let's get rid of this. And we'll now have this. Maybe the chain is a little large, actually. Actually, it is large. I think that material might not be so useful. Might have to make a new one. Oh, yes. That's actually not going to be very useful. All right. Fair enough. Just going to do this. Copy. Make a new standard material. Paste it in. That's more like it. Transparency, alpha scissor. Dial it back. Yes, and then billboard. Why billboard? Beautiful. All right, I need to save this. This is going to go to materials, custom materials. Props. This is the ceiling lamp long, ceiling lamp chain. We already have a ceiling lamp, so that's not really very descriptive. Save as, let's delete this. Ceiling lamp long chain. All right. Come on. I don't know why I have two, but okay. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. Beautiful. Oh boy. Looks like one of my students is moving the classes, so we get an extra 30 minutes. Yay. Okay. Cool. So, right, we got this whole system. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. And then we can get these dorm wires. Look at that. That is awesome. Actually, this one I'm going to place over here. It's a little flat. Okay. For sure, I think that Godot needs to get a custom cursor system. Same exact system that you have in Blender. You just right click, place the cursor right there, rotate the object around that cursor. They have to. It's a must have. I could potentially come up with something like that. It would be really janky. Next plugin. Oh, not next plugin. It's just going to be part of this one. I could okay. So hypothetically, it shouldn't be too difficult because when you're in the editor, you can still run raycast commands from the camera and then find where your mouse has clicked. So we click a button, click on the level. It takes the selected object, takes it out, reparents it to the node to a spatial node, which is created in the location where you just clicked. And then you adjust that node. It selects that node for you. So you adjust the rotation, the movement, the selection, and then you click a button and it undoes the parenting. So takes the object, takes it out of the spatial node, deletes the spatial node, places the object back at the new location and rotation where it was at before. Now, I do wonder if it's possible to do context menus. Like if I were to right click here, let's look that up. Godot plugin context menu. So adding support custom items in the editor, right click context. Yes, please. This was in 2021. We're in 2023. Please tell me. We're in 2024, motherfucker. Please tell me this is in here. Sounds to me like straightforward to add desirable addition to the editor script, the capabilities of Godot, empowering users to create their own right-click context options. Yes. If it doesn't get implemented, it would be very convenient. Contains some filter context aware. Okay. Okay, mofos, did you actually do it? Add auto load button. File system. No. Okay. So labels plugin. No milestone. No, they deemed it unnecessary. Allows ability to add plugins to add entry under the right click. What's the best way to implement right click context menu? I think somebody had like hacked their way around it. There's a terrain plugin. Somebody else like Terrain Brush or something. Someone else works on like a terrain system that isn't Terrain 3D. Kicking to 3.1. Well, that didn't age well. Oh boy, 2017. Add a way to create new entries. When you right click, press move the context menu node to mouse cursor. Okay. It's pushed. Cool. Thank you. The context menu itself can be a VBox. Makes sense. Have an invisible node that has its position set to the mouse and a hotbox. Then on what you want to open, have area TD that can detect the invisible node. Use collision layers to do this. Then do something on the object. Okay, that makes sense. Now, let me test something out. So if we have this plugin, and then we give it a canvas layer. Okay, context menu. And then I give it a, let's do a panel node. Okay, so just do this. Place it right here, or whatever. What happens when I reload it? Oh, oh, that does look like that could be possible. Okay, hold on. So cool. I'm just gonna hide it for now. Let's go disable enable. Oh, I need to save it. Okay, so it is possible to create context menu. Hell to the yeah. Now we need to detect if we have right-clicked. So let's take a look. Dot editor plugin detect right-click. Ability of plugins to add entry under right-click. Okay, we've already seen that. Implement right-click context menu. Oh. How do I right-click menu to file system? Option to show attached script. Detect if plugin script running in the scene editor. Editor plugin. Mouse position wrong when holding. Cables are modeled, textures and put into scenes. Gotcha. I'll take a look at it in a bit. Get viewport, get mouse position. I think there's only one viewport, is there? Hold on a second. Func input and then print event. I don't know if it's capable of detecting just regular mouse events this way. Let's see. Boop, boop. Oh, holy shit, it can. If event is mouse button, if event button index, I think 0 is the left mouse button, or is there a constant? No. LMB. Screw it. 0, so 0 is left. Let's do this. Okay. Interesting. So this is something that does require to reboot the system. Although, oh, okay. 2 equal signs. Amateur hour. Okay, clear. Input left mouse button. So let's see if that works. So it doesn't detect all unless, let's double check the button index. Button index. Mouse button identifier, one with mouse button. So mouse button or wheel. Okay. Mouse button, oh, none is 0. Okay, left is 1. So we can use constants. Mouse button left. So we'll do equals equals. Mouse button left. Hey, nice. Okay. So if that's left, we should get right. Okay, there we go. So we can click and we can let go. Oh man, we can do so much cool stuff with this. There's a whole bunch of features that that I am missing in 3D. Like instance new object here. Are you fucking kidding me? This is gonna be awesome. Oh, I'm gonna make my life so much easier. Oh, I might as well go fork the repository of Godot and just release my own. Be like Godot Plus. The concept dot. There we go. The Gaboy. There we go. The concept boy Godot version. The Gaboy. Perfect. The public domain robot man. Okay, man, I'm super excited. This is actually really, really cool. Ah, we can do so much useful stuff. Hmm. Okay. Now, is there a way to detect what is the active window? Dot editor plugin active window. Making main screen plugins. No way to get which is the current main screen. I think that's what we need. Get main screen editor method. I don't know if that's a thing. Get main okay. Get editor main screen. Returns the editor control responsible for the main screen plugins and tools. User plugins that implement main screen. Warning, removing and freeing this node will render the part of the editor useless. Nice. And may cause a crash. Get editor scale. Okay. Now, this gives us a VBox container. Fascinating. Get editor main screen. Let's see what else is in here. So what is this? Editor interface. Movie Maker. Interesting. Windows Movie Maker. Get base control. Okay. What do we have here? Returns the main container of Godot Windows. For example, you can use this to retrieve the size of the container and place your controls accordingly. Got it. Not what I need. Get command palette, get current directory, get current feature profile. Feature profile returns the name of the currently activated feature profile. If the default profile is currently active, is that it? Empty string is returned instead. If the default profile. I don't know if that's the case. In order to get the reference to editor feature profile, Godot 3D like Unity 3D. Oh yeah. We'll call it Unidot. Provided by the unitologists. There we go. Get current path. Okay, let's keep looking. Get edited scene root. Hey, nice. Get editor main screen. That's the VBox container. Get editor path. Get editor template. Is there something? Get playing scene. Get playing scene. Returns the name of the scene that is being played. If no scene is currently being played, returns an empty string. Nope. Not it. Okay, what else? Get select the path, get selected. Inspect body. Yes, plugin enabled, make mesh saved. Is plugin enabled? We can mess around with other people's plugins. Would be like if I'll just make my own context. I'll make my own smart, what is it, 3D tools plugin, and then I'll select my competitors. I'll detect if any of the competitor plugins are enabled, and I'll pop up an annoying pop-up in the corner. Did you know that this plugin is a lot better? Please use this plugin. I'll be like Windows with the freaking Microsoft Edge pop-ups. It looks like you're trying to load Chrome. Microsoft Edge is just escapable. I'm like, yeah. Shut up. Hey, we can play the main scene, play the current scene, play custom scene. Oh, we can create a custom button for like having multiple test scenes. That is interesting. Oh man. Pop-up dialog centered. Reload scene from path. Restart editor. Save all scenes. Select file. Set main screen editor. Set main screen editor. Custom scene. Yeah, we can have like a dedicated Antoine Dimitar launch buttons. Stop playing scene, set plugin enabled. Set main screen editor. Okay, what is this? I think this might be it. Sets the editor. Aha! So if there's a set main screen editor, then there should be a get main screen or get editor. Get editor. Let's get editor settings. Get editor main screen. Get editor path, settings, theme. Get editor viewport 2D. Get editor main screen. All right, let's see what this gives us. I just want to see something. Print editor interface. Get editor main screen. Antoine break project button. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so main screen. Well, that just gives him main screen, which is the whole screen. Okay, let me double check. Let me actually close all. Okay. Ah, damn it. Can do this. And then editor interface. So the set main screen editor, get editor main screen. Set main screen editor sets the editor's current main screen to the one specified in name. Name must match the title of the tab in question. 2D, 3D script, and asset lib. Well, that's cool and all, but I want to get the name, not set the name. Let's try this. How many times this mentioned? Once. Yay, that's lovely. He's really like a flashbang. Don't do it. Don't give him more power. It's okay. I'm not gonna do it. Get editor settings. I think the plugin has its own signals, if I remember correctly. It has like signals to detect if you're switching to a particular editor window. Let's see. Editor plugins. Making main screen plugins. Get plugin name, get plugin icon. Enter tree, exit tree. Has main screen. Has main screen. Get plugin name, get plugin icon. Okay. 3D Gizmo plugin. Yes. Used by the editor and custom plugins to find gizmos attached to any kind of Node 3D. Regardless of the approach we choose, we need to create new editor 3D Gizmo plugin. Huh. It's not really what I need. Dot check where mouse was clicked. Editor. How to check the mouse was clicked button node. Nope. Not what I need. Position, get mouse click position in the editor canvas. Okay, so there's the event. forward canvas. It seems to move the title, extended editor plugin, and forward canvas GUI input, which gives me clicks canvas viewport. Unable to recalculate them in local coordinates. Did you say I ported the entire project to Unreal? You showed me something a long while ago. We're not using Unreal, Antoine. No matter how many times you try to convince me, no matter how much of the work you try to do, I am not using Unreal. Get current active editor. Current editor 3D camera. Getting currently selected node. Editor is ignoring current camera. Editor interface. Get current text editor. Oh. Okay, there's a proposal. Main screen changed. Oh, hold on. When a plugin is activated, it needs to be visible only in one of the main screens. That's what I want. Zillan. It has to be in the main screen. However, there's only the main screen change signal to know that. Okay, main screen change doesn't sound like a bad signal to have. Get main screen editor. Okay, get editor plugins. That's what I was trying to use, but it's just main screen. That doesn't tell us what the main screen is, though. Canvas item editor, Node 3D editor, window wrapper, editor asset library, GPU particles, mesh instance. Right. Well, maybe, hold on. It is a node. It is a control node. So we should be able to get a focus node, right? Get focused item. Get focused neighbor. Hold on. Dot. Oh, come on. Focused control node. Call grab focus. How do I get which control node currently has focus? Go away. GUI focus changed. That's a signal though. It's kind of wild seeing Godot questions on Stack Overflow. Okay. Get focus owner. Okay, let's try that. Could not find a base self. I think we gotta run it on this node. Now does this function get focus owner on base container? Okay. Get focus neighbor. Oh, there's get focus owner over here. GUI get focus owner. Okay. Do we have to run it on here on the whole interface? Nope. Okay. Okay. Get editor main screen gives us the whole screen. You know what? There was a mention of a signal. I think we'll just use that. High proposal work. Will not be used often. Can be worked around with a few lines of script. Get editor interface, get base control. Main screen change signal on the editor plugin, not editor interface. Okay. Duplicate. Found this because I make 2D plugin. Only want the panel to show up in a 2D edit mode. All things to be added. No way to get which current main screen from the editor plugin. Closed in 2021. That's just looping back to this one. Closing in favor of this proposal. Man, this solves nothing. Get main screen editor. Unless every single editor is like this. Main screen. VBox container. Okay, what to go here? Nope, still main screen. And here? Still main screen. I actually don't know. Have you guys double checked? Can't you detect the scene type? Literally what I'm trying to figure out right now. There's a main screen change signal though. That's the only thing that we can use. Func main screen changed. Editor plugin. Get main underscore screen underscore changed. Okay. This is likely not gonna get picked up right away. Nope. Main screen changed. Because everything here has this assigned to it. On main screen changed, maybe? Hold on. Main screen changed. Screen name is a string emitted when the user changes the workspace. Oh, hold on a sec. Did we find the signal here? Object. Script changed. Mouse. GUI input. Focus. No. Now, how do we establish one of these signals? Scene changed. When scenes change, we don't want that. Scene closed. Main screen changed. We need to establish the signal right here. And I think there's a enter scene signal that we're supposed to be using. Let's double check this. Editor interface. Okay, so we have making main screen plugin. We have enter tree. I am pretty sure we had enter tree here before. Maybe we didn't. How does it add the interface though? All right, let me try this. Okay, so that was connected automatically. Enter tree. So if we go here, main screen changed. Oh, there's two ggScript to the plugin. Okay, right. I am placing this in the wrong place. Right. See, I didn't really have to worry about the other one because, like, once you're done with it, you just set and forget. There we go. That's the one. Has main screen. Main screen changed. Okay, and I think it's just underscore or on. We have extends editor plugin. Connect. Dear God. Okay, this one I actually do have to uncheck and check. There we go. Okay. So it works. It works, and I should be able to forward this information because I have access to the main panel instance. Yes. Okay. Okay, not the cleanest way, but I suppose we have something. Current screen. Okay, we're just gonna do this. And then here, anytime the screen changes, we're gonna talk to it. Current, what is it? Current screen or current editor? Current editor. We'll just forward this in here. And that should be it. So we have screen. It just says 3D. Capitals, all good. So we should be able to go here. Right click. So if the button is pressed, if the current editor does not equals 3D, return. Cool. Okay, and then all we have to do, get editor main screen, so we don't need this. We just need to make this panel. So 3D, let's go 3D context menu. Okay. 3D context menu. So we just do, damn it. Can't start the node with a number. It's gonna complain. Come on. Pop that in. Dot show. And then I don't know if this is gonna work, but get editor. Is there an editor viewport or just get viewport? We're gonna talk to this panel. Dot position equals get viewport, and in the viewport get mouse position. I doubt this will work, but I guess we'll see. So 3D. Okay. Attempt to call function show on base null instance because the name has changed. The node has to be reloaded. Okay. Hey, look at that. Oh, damn. Okay, let's change this. Oh, Okay, that might be a problem. Um, we don't know. Oh yeah, right, because we clicked inside of this thing. Let's change type. Yeah, technically we can't. Oh, I guess we can like right click on anything. This might not be perfect, but I guess we'll see. I don't know if we have the ability to tell which active window the mouse is being clicked in, but I suppose at least this for now will be okay. Um, okay, we're gonna change type to panel container. All right, what do I want? VBox container. I want a button. We're gonna do instance here. And I also want a button to place, what is it, cursor? Cursor here. Let's do nest cursor here. Oh man, you know what we can do? We can select an object here, a TSCN file, and then we can just like click, 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 click to place it into the level. Which is, it's kind of like the scatter tool, the scatter plugin. You know, it's something. We don't have to, I think future creep is going to be super, super dangerous here. Okay, nest cursor here. That should be fine. And then I am going to switch here. Hover over window. Yeah, a little context menu to help us with some stuff. I'm just gonna position this here. And I do need to actually make something. I need to make focus exited. Focus exited means we're no longer looking at that object, so I need to hide it. Okay. I do need to reload this, I think. There we go. So, oh, yeah. Okay. Might want to hide that. I am going to hide it like this. Okay, there we go. So, this is script view. That is the 3D view. Now, it doesn't look like it knows about focus being changed. So I suppose that signal's not going to work. Mouse exited. We can do this. Also, it's a little weird that I can't see the background. Okay, let's do that. Nice. Right. There we go. Hey, perfect. Except it doesn't. Hmm. Okay. I'm exhausted at night. Sounds good. You don't have to torture yourself. Please. I'm so tired, boss. Please. No. We work until we're successful. And I get back. Oh God. Okay, let's just do that. Let's do this, and that's 2D. Uh-huh. So you see, it's reacting when we're hovering over one of the buttons, because one of the buttons doesn't count as a man, it doesn't count as a member of the same interface. Focus mouse. Can we pass? Is that gonna work? There's a lot of crouching. You mean crunching? I hope you mean crunching. No. Okay. Do we have to pass it here? Why does this still appear? I need to get rid of that. Hey, beautiful. Okay. Instance here or nest cursor here. Okay. Maybe we can call it transform around here. Yeah. Cool. Can you make a pop-up pink? No. What are we gonna do here? Let's do a border. Just make it look as non-Godot thing as possible. There we go. Cool. All right, so here's the deal. We got this working. That's cool. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. All right. Nest cursor here. Cool. Ceiling cable, yeah, I'll check it out. Don't worry about it. It's just not gonna be in the stream. Okay, I'm gonna save this and then experiment with context menu. Good sad. Good sad. Sad emoji. Good stuff. Okay. All right, fine. I got a second. I'm gonna push to origin. Let's see what you've done. Asset placement plugin. I don't know if I should really make it, because there is already an asset placement plugin. It is made by someone else. It is made by well, I bitched about it earlier because it's a C++ or a C# plugin, so you have to have the mono version of Godot engine. And only then can you use that plugin. Had an argument with the creator of why didn't he use the GD script, and he was like, C# is much more superior. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not doing anything special. You're placing objects in the scene. Woo, I need maximum performance. Oh no, I need to instance the scene in that location. Yes, you know. It's because they didn't know GDScript, but they knew C#, which is why I say that C# is cancer on Godot's ecosystem, because people are making C# plugins that us, apparently normal GDScript plebs can't benefit from. So I know that what's his face? Juan said that there's a merger coming at some point in the future where there's just one Godot version. So I guess once that time comes, we can take advantage of the asset placer plugin. But until then, yeah. I think at some point I was so mad that I legitimately told myself, I'll make my own asset placer plugin with blackjack and hookers. I'll show you. And you know what? We're a lot closer to that reality now than I was back then. Because I actually know how to make a plugin now. So that might just be possibility. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, that's fine. So that's fine as it is. I think we'll wrap it up here. Let me just take a look at what Antoine has made. Where are, what is the ceiling wires? Right, is that what it's called? Oh, okay, that might be a problem. Whoops. Okay. I think we might have to check if like a shortcut is pressed, so it's not just the standalone right click. Wire. I assume it's gonna be called wire. We don't need this. Or is it cable? Ceiling cable. It is. Okay, now he said that there's scenes. Ah. Hey. That does look good. Okay. And I see you aligned it to the beginning, so we just, which is drag and drop them one by one. See, this is where the instancing or scene placing might actually come in exceptionally handy, because it can be like click 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 click, and then you create the array of scenes the way you need. Hey, that is a very blurry texture. Holy shit. Man, you really like that blur effect on the textures, don't you? But that's like a stark contrast between this and this. I don't know if that's really good. You really lean in heavily on that blur. Danger. Okay, pretty sure there's a certain rule against text in places where the player's never gonna see. Nice. I do like the little fraying pieces. That's really nice. That's because I'm in unshaded. Okay, let's see. Normal. Well, yeah, considering where the sun is coming from. Now, what's curious is that I told it to view environment, and it still displays the... Go to the box. God. That's not the box. The box is right here. Yeah, that's really, really smooth. That's like... Yeah, it's even worse than unshaded. In shaded. Yeah. I don't think so. You gotta... It's the byproduct of achieving it within the span of 30 minutes. The shapes look good, but you gotta like lean off of the super smooth surface, or like these giant swaths of super smooth surface. Like, at least add a little bit of roughness stain to offset the smoothness in certain places. Other than that, this is perfect. Like, we can actually use this. Yeah, we can definitely use this for all of the pieces. could possibly even... I could make a tool that uses a path, just like the rail system that we looked at before. I could make a tool that creates multiple like wire routes, so to speak. Too bad the paths don't allow us to have like branching lines. I think that would be nice. Okay, I'm not gonna go too far into like plugin making or tool making because I can already tell that if I use paths, it's gonna be a pain in the ass with like branching pieces. But there's always work around it. Cool. All right. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. We'll figure this thing out. Maybe involve some sort of a shortcut like shift right click or something. That should be good. All right, that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll resume next time. Wait, hold on a second. Let me just double check. Yeah, you know what? I gotta take a break anyways. Cool. Cool beans. Nice. Nice productive day. We're gonna... We didn't make shit in terms of level. Except for breaking this thing out. Ah, damn it. This is gonna be annoying. Yeah. We didn't make anything in the level, but we did figure that maybe the enclosed space location, the enclosed bunker location might be introduced too early. We're just gonna have the player here and have the player discover what they need to discover. I do want to trap the player though. When we're talking about experience, I do want to make the player that when they initiate this zone, they do something, and because they do something, it traps them within a location. Maybe we'll have like a floor underneath, and then we'll do some spooky dooky stuff. And then when the player comes up through the spooky dooky stuff that introduces them to some enemy type, they can emerge within this enclosed space, and then they can get their stuff. They can get the radio transmitter, decoder, locator thing, and then, you know, use the door to exit out and then be on their merry way. That actually sounds like a pretty decent deal. So I'll figure out what it is that I want to do in the meantime. Cool. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate the company. You guys have a good one.